It's time to get all your Star Wars news in a single file. From Fantatrax TV, this is Good Morning Tatooine!
Good morning Tatooine indeed. Back once again for your weekly recap of everything Star Wars, courtesy of Fantatrax.com. So what have we got in store for you this week? Up first, we're going to be discussing Galaxy of Creatures, now live over on the Star Wars Kids website. We're going to be looking at Star Wars The Hidden Empire, which arrives in 2022 from Marvel. We've got Galactic Starcruiser, Halcyon Legacy, another comic docking in 2022 connected to the upcoming Star Wars Hotel. Obi-Wan Kenobi, the TV series is beginning to take shape. We're going to hear from one of the actors involved in that project. We have Bring Home the Bounty, an event happening over in America to promote the upcoming Book of Boba Fett, which launches December 29th. And lastly, Fantatrax were at New York Comic Con just last week, and we'll be looking at some of the products that were on show there. If you want to be part of the show, subscribe, ring the bell on YouTube. On Facebook, like us, follow us, share the content. We need your comments, so whether it's on the YouTube chat or on Facebook, drop us a comments. We'll try and include them as much of the show. We want to hear what you think, and we'll try and respond to what you've got to think as well. If you're joining us, hopefully we're going out live on Twitter for the first time. If you're on that platform and you want to throw a comment in, we'll only see them if you're on Facebook or YouTube at this time. So join us over there. My guest this week, Mr. Matt Booker. How are you, Matt?
Oh, hello.
How are you?
I'm all right, mate. I'm good, buddy.
What have you been up to of late? It's been a while. It's a few weeks since we've had you on the show.
6 days a week working, not a lot else.
No. Life in the comic and toy industry is busy as always, heading up to Christmas. Are you going to have stock?
Yeah. Chasing stock constantly, to be honest. There are massive supply issues, massive stock issues in the UK as well as in America. I saw Joe Biden's decided to open up the ports 24/7.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to work those other hours though, because I'm sure all the skilled dock workers are doing their fullest anyway. So, don't know.
Yeah, I was watching that myself on the news today. Something like 70 containers a day coming into just one single port in America, all queued up. It's incredible.
Yeah, and then it's the problem getting the stock over here as well.
Yeah, just as bad over here in terms of hauliers able to get stock around the country, I think. So
yeah, I'm doing a bit on BBC Radio 2 this week about being a toy shop, allegedly. So, yeah, bit of an upgrade, maybe.
Yeah.
My dad will be proud anyway, I'm on Radio 2, so, yeah.
It's the posher part of the BBC, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, it's for the slightly more intellectual than Radio 1. There we go. Anyone that listens to Radio 1, I've just dissed you. So on that point,
I listen to Radio 1.
Yeah, do you? Oh, like I'm too old for that.
I'm too old for that. 6 Music, mate.
Soy ball, that's what we want.
Yep.
Let's head on straight into the news before we get ourselves in any more trouble. Galaxies of Creatures is dropped on Star Wars Kids. New animated mini episodes for kids. We heard about this a few months back. Products started appearing in supply chains and so on.
And on Amazon, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, on Amazon. That's where a lot of it dropped.
Yeah.
And you can still find loads of products over there. didn't get much promotion
Just
beforehand.
label slapping stuff. No, it's all the products Amazon was label slapping stuff, so just pictures on mugs and t-shirts and stuff. And then absolutely zero promotion beforehand, no press release or anything. And it appeared on Wednesday, Thursday afternoon or something on the YouTube channel. And then like 6 hours later, it was on the Star Wars show going, oh, it's a brand new show we're just about to launch. It's like, you've already launched it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've not watched it because it's hosted by a droid and it's animation.
Yeah, my worst two things there.
Really?
Yeah. But
if they'd have deep fried them, you'd have watched it though, wouldn't you, being a Scot?
Yes, if they deep fried a droid, that would be more
deep
for
fried
me.
pork.
I can throw up a trailer in the background here whilst we're chatting about it.
It's a bit of fun. It's aimed at little uns. The range of plush toys that Mattel have got coming out are kind of cool, but they're all like flat, weird plush things. So it's nice. I think the Tauntaun looks cool as hell. I think the Tauntaun's just. I love that look of him. He's just really cool. Look at that. That's cool.
So is this content dropping on Disney Plus as well as on the Star Wars website?
No.
And that's what I kind of think's bizarre because what kind of traffic is Star Wars Kids getting?
I don't know. I can't imagine a huge amount. I don't know. We'll have to have a look into the YouTube channel and see how many hits they've had this week, I suppose. Yeah. I haven't looked. It looks kind of fun. I'd have thought it'd be the same. You could have put it on Disney Plus weekly as well and given it as part of their content. Yeah. They're doing the 5-minute Spider-Man cartoon on there that's got all the Hasbro toys for it. So I don't see why it's not on Disney Plus as well, to be honest.
Yeah. We mentioned some of the products that's come out.
Oh, a jumper.
Yeah,
that's right down your lane.
You can put the characters or logos onto that seem to be dropping.
Print order stuff, label slap stuff.
Yeah.
See, that cushion's lovely. It's got a banther on it. What more do you need? Come on, lads.
And
that's the image we saw ages ago, isn't it?
Yeah, basically all the kind of logos that have been kind of kicking around.
Yeah. I love the cushion.
So, there's quirky, nice designs there. Really unclear as to what Disney are planning with it or not. There seems to be a lot of push post-release from some of the Lucasfilm execs to get a bit of interest in it, but it kind of seems to be just dropped out there and see what happens.
It's beautifully animated. I love the style of it. It's funky and fresh, But how many kids need to know about a Monok? Yeah. We've never had... how many Monok products are out there in the world? Maybe 10. I can think of a Gentle Giant statue. There's a Hasbro 1 in 3/4 inch and possibly 6 inch. There's a Lego one. And that's probably it. And there's a plush one, I think. Maybe something from a gaming thing. But, bit more of the Wampa stuff. Tuca Cat, load of stuff. Rancor's awesome, but the Rancor plush toy looks rubbish. Whereas the other ones look quite good. But, meh.
Yeah.
It's just a sort of fill gap thing that'll be been and gone in a month, and the cases of plush toys that have been found in Target in America, which have never been offered over here. But we're only getting over here now the plushes they had in America and Target last year for Galaxy's Edge. They've only just shipped in the UK.
Yeah.
So, strange release.
Yeah.
Fun little bit of filler content. Quite like it. It's humorous, at least. It's quite entertaining.
Yeah. Could do better Lucasfilm PR is what we're saying, I think.
Could have done with a press release the day beforehand. A timed press release would have been a good thing. If everybody had known about it. Timed press release with all the merch links and stuff. So, we could have slapped some affiliate deals and whatever on it, Yeah. But who knows?
Yeah. Something that's had more planning is Star Wars The Hidden Empire, which comes next year from Marvel.
Just a bit of planning.
Yeah, it's the third in the trilogy from Charles Soule, from War of the Bounty Hunters, from...
Yeah.
I was going to say Crimson Empire, but it's not. What is it? Was it Crimson something?
Crimson Dawn.
Crimson Dawn, there we go. Totally slipped my mind. Keep wanting to call it Nothing Crimson Empire.
Nothing like Crimson Empire.
And this is announced just this week is the third of the trilogy of series arriving next year.
I don't know why they've announced the third one now.
Yeah, it kind of seemed odd. They added it as a promotion at the end of issue 5 of War of the Bounty Hunters.
Which shipped before the 2 or 3 parts that should have gone before it.
Yes.
So that's all out of kilter.
Yeah.
And they've
October releases have been a real messy situation, I think, for Marvel, haven't they?
A flustercluck, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. And so they promoted this at the end of it, which seemed odd. You would have promoted it at the end of Crimson Dawn, I think, would have been.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd have waited till you're halfway through the next thing in the spring.
Yeah.
To then. When's this one start? Sometime in 2022?
Sometime in 2022.
Well, it'll be after how many issues Crimson Dawn is, whatever that is, lengthwise.
And it's already been delayed. It was supposed to be coming out. It's been pushed back as well. So no firm date on this. It's going to be, I guess, late spring.
Have you finished reading War of the Bounty Hunters? Issue 5 or 6?
Yeah.
All a bit slapdash at the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit all over the place. A fairly solid series. I kind of liked the spin-off comics more than I have the sort of main series.
I liked all the core comics that span out from it. I didn't like the one-shots.
Yeah.
The Bausch and that one, and the whatever the other ones were, the IG-88. Have we had that one yet? I don't know if we've not. I've read them all, except Afra.
Yeah.
And I've enjoyed it for most of what it is, but it got a little bit less incoherent. So,
yeah,
it's a good hack at it anyway.
Yeah, our friends, the Two Marks over at Making Tracks, they dig deep into Crimson Dawn and episode 110 of Making Tracks. So you can check that out on your podcaster of choice. Just type in Fanta Tracks and you'll find all of our shows, including Making Tracks. Another comic that's coming up in 2022. This one's connected to Galactic Starcruiser, the Disney hotel, effectively, the Disney Star Wars themed hotel.
The high-end interactive experience, I'd call it. It's not just Airbnb.
It looks like a easy hotel that you find in Luton. It's just all plastic.
I've not been to one of them, Brian. That's more your kind of shebang.
Cheap, dodgy hotels is my thing.
Yeah.
Definitely not cheap as a Disney hotel, that's for sure. But it's a lot of plastic.
But it's not a cheap experience. You don't turn up and the keys are under the doormat, or you type in a 4-digit code on the door to get in.
Yeah, but the thing I don't get about it is, if I go on holiday to Florida, I don't want to stay in a hotel for 2 days, which effectively is what you're committing to do because you don't get to go outside.
Hang on, Brian. We go to Florida for like a week, and what do?
We go to a convention and stay in a convention for 5 days.
Yeah, and the only time we see outdoors is driving to and from the convention centre, and maybe an evening meal at Taco Bell if we're lucky.
I can't beat Taco Bell.
Well, you can.
Denny's.
Ooh, only if there's a Han Solo meal on offer.
Yeah. But yeah, it seems odd to me, the price of it, the whole kind of you're locked into the experience kind of thing.
Yeah, but we
sort
did
of trapped in the hotel. It's not my thing.
Yeah, but we did the Secret Cinema, didn't we?
Love Secret Cinema. There's actually one starting.
I think it's
very soon.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, if people haven't seen it, Google Secret Cinema, you'll find it. Check the one out. There's one happening, and I think it's LA very, very, very soon. November.
What film are they doing?
I can't tell you off the top of my head. But yeah, there was one just announced this week on Instagram.
I think Galactic Starcruiser is a secret cinema kind of affair, that it's not a cheap ticket to watch a movie or to stay in a B&B. I think it is that kind of immersive experience thing that hasn't been that much done around the world as an entertainment experience, but we've experienced, well, you've done quite a few secret cinemas. You know, you're not paying $8.99 to go and watch an old movie at a cinema. You are paying for the full experience with the acts and everything. So I think Starcruiser is a great thing. And people will complain, I can't afford it. Well, then it's not for you. It's not an experience for everybody. It's a high-end experience for people out there who've got plenty of money to splash around on stuff. And there's plenty of them out there. It's already sold out for the first run of its experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
So hopefully some videos and bits and teasers will come out of it. And I'd like to see photos of at least some of the cast members in costume, and if you're going to walk in there and see a really decent Wookiee or an amazing Twi'lek that'll make you dance on the floor and all that lot, like we did like I did at the bar at Secret Cinema, that experience was absolutely fantastic for us.
Yeah. This news story obviously is in connection. They're doing a comic series connected to Galactic Starcruiser. It's going to be called Halcyon Legacy. Coming from Ethan Sachs.
Awesome.
Great story writer.
Who's doing the art?
It is Will Slidey.
Fantastic. What a great lad he is. Yeah, he did the Galaxy's Edge one, didn't he? And he did
He did, yeah. So this team was the same team that did the Galaxy's Edge.
Galaxy's Edge. Brilliant. Because that was a really good comic.
Yeah.
Considering it tied into a theme park ride, I think they'll do a good job on it again. So, no, I'm looking forward to that.
So, I imagine there's going to be lots of covers for this one, and no doubt a hotel exclusive, which will irritate me in trying to find.
I'd hope that they put a graphic novel in every hotel room. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I can imagine if you're stuck in a hotel, I'm saying it again because it's not for me, for 48 hours, there's going to be a lot of shopping in there.
Yeah, but I'd think that this could be something that would be a digital. But I mean, by the time this comic's finished, when's the place opening? Spring next year? Summer next year?
Spring. I think it's May, isn't it? Something like that.
I know if you're paying that much to go to experience, I'd like to say that they give you a free digital download of this beforehand. As because it's going to cost nothing for a digital download. Yeah. But, Apple Books or whatever your digital download preference is, that everybody who goes to experience, who pays their full whack for their ticket, gets this given as a digital download to give them a bit of backstory and a bit more flavour to the place before they even walk in there. Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah. Something else arrive in 2022. That seems to be the theme this week. Coming to Disney Plus is the Obi-Wan TV series. The actor from Silicon Valley, Kumail Nanjiani, apologies if I've pronounced that wrong. He's been talking about his role in the TV show with Rolling Stone magazine, and you can get the full interview over at Rolling Stone, but we put a little extract up on phantomtracks.com where he talked about working in the volume and the experience of that, seeing everything come to life round about him as well. And it's good to start seeing these actors involved in the Book of Boba Fett and Mando Season 3, Obi-Wan, all starting to give a little bit of conversation, not giving anything away.
No. And giving a lot of non-answers about plot and story and all the rest of it, but talking about the experience is great to hear.
Yeah.
And next year, we've got a lot of stuff coming our way next year, haven't we?
Yeah, I think we need to hear that from Andor as well, because it's maybe the outlier in terms of the TV shows, and it's maybe a character people are less familiar with, certainly in the mainstream.
Yeah. I mean, Kamali's off on his run doing the press junkets for Eternals, isn't he?
Yes. Yeah.
Which was filmed blimmin' ages ago,
Yeah.
That should have been out last year, that should have been out, according to the toy merch and releases and stuff. It was then pushed back to spring this year, and all the merch was going to come out then, and then it got pushed back to now. Because you even had Kieran Gillen, who we spoke to the other week. He's writing the Eternals comic at Marvel, and that's been dragged out a bit. So I think that's finished for him, but the issues have been very slow at coming out because they've been trying to time it to come out with the film. So the graphic novel drops when the film drops. So I'm looking forward to seeing the Eternals. I saw an interview with him on Kimmel or one of the American chat shows the other night. Popped up on YouTube. Oh, it's him. Right, I'll watch that. And he comes across really well, and I hope it's going to be a great series. I've got high hopes for Kenobi. That all the shows coming out, I'm really looking forward to them. After what they've given us with Mando, Book of Fett, and the others, great. Can't wait. Andor, really looking forward to it.
Yeah. And hopefully very shortly, November, we should be hearing precisely when some of these are dropping, perhaps even seeing some trailers or at the least featurettes as they do what used to be the shareholder days now sort of become a Disney Plus day, where they're going to be promoting all their Disney Plus content that's coming up.
There's quite a bit, isn't there?
There is. And they've started promoting it over in America. Bring Home the Bounty was launched on ABC's breakfast show, which rips off us, called Good Morning America. And
how dare they?
I know, terrible. And even almost stole our logo. And they basically, Disney's dropped a not full size, but a sandcrawler in Town Square. They had on display all the kind of goods that are going to be available for this Christmas season, tying in with the Book of Boba Fett.
I don't know if that was the entire clip though. That's just what got sent by Aaron at Boba Fett Fan Club.
I think they were there throughout the morning show.
Right.
One of those sort of regular outside broadcasts. They've got all the merch that's coming out this Christmas season. Some of it tying into Boba Fett, and press releases.
But some of the merch that was on display there wasn't shown up in the StarWars.com article.
Yeah, it was a bit of a mixed bag in terms of some stuff came out in the press, some was on display there and not shown physically. So kind of weird.
Well, it's going to be Tuesday every week until the end of the year, isn't it? Announcing more merch.
Yeah, and so there was like all sorts of weird stuff dropped. You see some of it here. I think the one that maybe jumps out at most people was being able to pre-order Mando.
They're a long way off coming out, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think
I'm sure you've ordered your pair of Crocs, haven't you?
Yeah. A lot of people seem to be commenting about the jacket, quite keen to get the jacket. So yeah, there were some items there that I think people will want to snag this whole.
But there's
season.
A Moroff pop vinyl, and I'm like, why have they done that?
The frustrating thing about this,
he's probably in one of the shows though. Yeah. If you look at the last few years, all the Disney merch years, when Hasbro gave you some figures, and you're like, oh, why have they put a Yoda in that assortment? Oh, he's in the film. Why have they put this in the assortment? Oh, he's in the film. So I'm thinking that Moroff could be possibly in the upcoming TV show. One of them.
Possible. It would make some logical sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Disappointing that it was American only in terms of launch. You kind of hope that when they do these kind of things, they partner up with a network in this country. And I know Disney doesn't have its own network per se on mainstream TV over here, but it's not a hardship for them.
Yeah, but you could get Piers Morgan to talk about it. Oh no, he's out.
He's out. The weatherman that replaced him, or whoever's on this week. There's plenty of commercial TV channels here that would have partnered up with them. Would have loved to have done something over here. So, bit of a shame.
Bring back the Big Breakfast properly, in my opinion.
Yeah, very true. I think that's back on. Is it this month?
No, there's a one shot they did.
Oh, has it been on?
It was a one shot they did, and that was it.
Oh, okay. Missed that then. Must have been on.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Loved a Big Breakfast. Johnny Vaughan, Eager.
Yeah.
That was me. Johnny and Denise. Missed them terribly. Anyway.
Little tower.
They did. Do you remember, if you see the Phantom Menace poster behind you, they did a whole week for the launch of that. George Lucas was in the garden shed.
2 weeks they did. Fortnight of the Force. I've got all of it on VHS.
Have you? There you go.
Yep.
Nowhere else in the world will you find George Lucas sitting in a garden shed being interviewed.
Yeah. And enjoying it.
And yeah. So that was the kind of products. Shame they didn't do much in this country, but Americans enjoyed it, I'm sure. And if you're ordering stuff from UPS, you've got a good chance they're going to pull up in a van with Book of Boba Fett, Sandcrawler type branding all over it.
Only in New York or LA, I think.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that.
So randomly order things that you can return that deliver by UPS. You might get a Sandcrawler pull up at your house.
And then run out in your Jawa outfit and steal their droids. Yeah.
Anyone following Phantom Tracks, we want to see pictures of you with the UPS truck.
Yeah. If it happens, send it to us, news@phantomtracks.com. Send us pictures of you with the UPS fan. Any way you see them, we'll post them because I think it's fun.
Talking about fun that we missed out on, we've been to Comic Con in America, New York Comic Con that is, in recent years.
I think it would have been my 11th one.
Yeah.
Gutted.
Couldn't go this year because there were still restrictions on people travelling from the UK to America.
Yeah.
Which lifts next month. So Toy Fair may be possible at the start of next year. But
fingers crossed.
Big
Fingers
Cave,
crossed.
our local Father Tracks operative.
Local?
He was there. He had his own stand for Big Cave's Geek stuff. But whilst he was there, he took some photos from us. And the ones that I always love, and I don't own any of them, but I always want to buy, but never have. Tomshi Nations coming out with the really cool displays as always, but also very, very nice product.
Yes, gorgeous.
Mando
big shout out and thanks to East Coast Scott for taking these photos, not Kev.
Okay.
Kev was too busy smoozing. He got one of his minions to do it, which is East Coast Scott. But yeah, the lone wolf and cub, Mando and Child, is just phenomenal.
Yeah, and Mando's just a perfect kind of character for this kind of style as well.
Well, I've got both the Boba Fett ones they've done, so they're just beautiful pieces.
Yeah.
Just the style. Still no sign of the IG-88 they were doing. Saw a sketch art of it a few years back, I think, and it's not come to fruition.
Yeah.
But who knows? We'll see more. They just make nice looking stuff.
Yeah. And missing out on New York Comic Con, we've both got the opportunity to go to London Comic Con, MCM London
next weekend. Yeah. DJ Elliott's flying over for it, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. So it'll be fun to see him.
Yep.
Anything in particular you're looking forward to seeing at MCM?
Do you remember Fiendish Feet, the yogurts we used to have as kids?
Yes, yeah.
So there's a company in the UK who do little bootleg toys, low-run items and stuff, and they're doing Fiendish Feet as little designer vinyl toys, little homemade toys. And I saw them tagged on Facebook the other day, and I'm like, those are wicked, because I remember eating those yogurts. Everybody had those yogurts. It was just literally a yogurt pot, but it had feet on the bottom as part of the mould of the yogurt pot. And then you had little horror monster faces on, like Dracula and Frankenstein and stuff, little spooky monsters on them. Just a stylish little pot thing. And there's a guy there doing those as little toys. And I was like, not even toys, like little collectible things to put on your shelf, little ornaments. But they're just really funky. Just to go to a big Comic-Con again. You know, when did we last do one together?
Yeah. So I literally haven't been at a convention or show or anything since February, just before lockdown. Did an event in Edinburgh. Haven't been to anything since, so this will be my first venture out.
I did commentary the other week with Carl, Claire, Mark and we did that one, but that was a small little affair. Really good just to meet up, go and have some good food, have a good chinwag and catch up and interview a couple of guests and stuff, get a little bit of coverage. I think there'll be more coverage to get at this one. We'll see how it goes. You're doing the Saturday with Mark, and I'm going to be there the Sunday with you.
Yes, yeah. So it's going to be good fun. Going to get to attend 2 of the 3 days. Because it's on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I'll celebrate my birthday next weekend as well, which will be fun.
Are you 60, 70, 80?
Yeah, just hitting 60.
Jesus.
I'll just say that.
Are you bringing cake? You best be bringing some bloody cake, boy.
Should be. I'll be 41. Didn't get to celebrate my 40th because we were all under lockdown. So
we did celebrate your 40th. We did it via Zoom.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But so there won't be a Good Morning Tatooine next weekend, but hopefully during the week we'll have some content out from what we got up to in London. So look out for that, and we'll be back in a fortnight's time. And thank you, Matt, for joining me this week. Always good to have you on the show, go over the Star Wars news of the week. And thank you, everyone, for watching as well. So we'll see you all in 2 weeks' time. I'm going to have to do it manually because none of None of my buttons are working, so we'll try again. See you all in 2 weeks' time, everybody.
Bye.
Keep up to date with the latest Star Wars news each and every day on panthatracks.com. You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Tumblr, and Pinterest at Panthatracks. And be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and follow Panthatracks TV to be alerted to new content and to be a part of our live show.